A great Arizona destination hub is Flagstaff. This was our second Arizona destination hub on our epic Arizona itinerary. The volume of attractions east and north of the city are staggering. This is Daryl
and Aaron
on Travel with D&E. Let us show you the many attractions both north and east of the Flagstaff destination hub.
North of Flagstaff, you've got the Wupatki National Monument, the Sunset Crater Volcano National Monument, the Cameron Suspension Bridge, and the abandoned Anasazi Inn at Gray Mountain.
To the east off I-40, you have the opportunity to explore Walnut Canyon National Monument, Old Route 66 and Standing on the Corner in Winslow, along with their 9/11 Memorial, the Two Guns Painted Gas Station and KOA Swimming Pool, the Two Guns Apache Death Cave, Pueblo Ruins and the Old Route 66 Diablo Bridge, Old Route 66 Murals in Holbrook, the Meteor Crater National Landmark, and the Petrified Forest National Park. Let's take a look at these key attractions surrounding the Flagstaff, Arizona travel destination hub.
We left Page, and then we decided to go through Navajo Nation on Highway 98E, so we could go through Tuba City, which was our intent. In Tuba City, we stopped by the Navajo Museum. There was also a museum for the World War II code talkers. Both were pretty neat places to visit.
For the next 3 days, we visited the following attractions while staying at the Twin Arrows Casino and Resort east of Flagstaff. We then headed to the Origins B&B in the Cottonwood Sedona area, which was our next Arizona destination travel hub. All right, so let's take a little bit closer look at the attractions around the Flagstaff area.
North of Flagstaff is the Wupatki National Monument. In the Wupatki National Monument, you get to walk amongst the ancient Pueblos to gain an understanding of how the ancient Native Americans lived and thrived in this environment. There are several different Pueblos to explore, including the Lamaki and Box Canyon Pueblos, Citadel and Nalakihu Pueblos, the Wupatki Pueblo Complex, and finally the Wokoki Pueblo.
Next is the Sunset Crater Volcano, which is a cinder cone extinct volcano located north of Flagstaff, adjacent to the Wupatki National Monument off Highway 98A. It's the youngest in a string of volcanoes related to the nearby San Francisco peaks and has an elevation of 8,042 feet. You can see the remains of an ancient lava flow and cracks in the earth here. Pair this up with the Wupatki National Monument.
Located near the eastern entrance of the Grand Canyon National Park and inside Coconino County, the Cameron Suspension Bridge spans the Little Colorado River. It was a historic bridge connecting the Navajo Nation and the Hoping Reservation, providing a vital transportation route for both residents and tourists exploring the stunning landscape of northern Arizona.
The abandoned Anasazi Inn at Gray Mountain is an old inn with 112 rooms, believed to have been closed in 2005. The Painted Desert project provided some beautiful murals on the old hotel building. It also has some adjacent gas station, above ground storage tanks, and a couple other smaller buildings that have graffiti and murals painted on them as well. Just a cool site to get out, stretch your legs, and take some pictures.
East of Flagstaff, Walnut Canyon National Monument is a well-preserved and remarkable canyon formed by Walnut Creek, carving out the canyon for over millions of years. The National Monument provides you with an incredible island trail that takes you deep down into the canyon. The rim trail is around the top rim of Walnut Canyon and is a much easier trail to explore. It's breathtaking. You also see numerous cliff dwellings all built in the walls throughout the valley. It's a great sight to see.
There's a great lyric from the Eagles song, Take It Easy, where they say, "Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona." This is the old Route 66 corner that the Eagles sang about, especially Jackson Browne and Glenn Frey, and made famous. The town also has a small and simple 9/11 memorial which contains I-beams from the tower that collapsed in New York City.
The Two Guns exit off of I-40 provides a really cool place to explore a gas station and an old KOA swimming pool that has seen many graffiti artists come and tag the buildings, swimming pool, and storage tanks. Exploring the site was great during the day, but you've got to take a look at it at dusk. It gets a little sketchy looking being out there in the dark.
The Two Guns exit of I-40 is an area of Pueblo structures, most in disarray, that contains the Apache Death Cave with an intricate story along with having the National Old Trails Highway and subsequently U.S. Route 66 roadway cutting through it. The buildings and their purpose have numerous stories. Most attempts at entrepreneurship were all spoiled by progress in Interstate 40, along with a fire in 1971. Finally, the old Canyon Diablo Bridge is shown, and it represents the old Highway 66 route once used.
This is Holbrook, Arizona's Gillespie Park. We love this small town park with its windmill and its own set of petrified logs. There's also a unique sign with all the brands from the local ranches. There are some murals and buildings that are pretty cool as well. Holbrook is the gateway to the Petrified Forest National Park and a historic part of the old Route 66.
The Meteor Crater National Landmark was created when a huge iron nickel meteorite plunged into the North Arizona landscape about 50,000 years ago. The meteorite, estimated to be 150 foot wide and weighed several thousand tons, it broke apart upon impact as it hit the ground with a force 150 times greater than an atomic bomb. The crater measures 560 foot deep, almost a mile wide, and has a rim that rises 148 foot above the surrounding plain. And NASA astronauts actually trained for the moon landing down at the bottom of the crater.
The Petrified Forest National Park is a must-see attraction east of Flagstaff. Thousands and thousands of petrified logs combined with colorful and ever-changing terrain, along with badlands and viewpoints, spanning old Route 66 and both sides of I-40, adds up to an incredible and lasting experience. The Petrified Forest National Park gets its name primarily from the vast amounts of petrified logs sitting in all corners of the 346 square mile park. It has numerous desert overlooks, the Studebaker of old historic Route 66, petroglyphs, the agate rock, among numerous other highlights, making the Petrified Forest National Park a required visit if in the area.
We stayed at the Twin Arrows Casino and Resort about 20 miles east of Flagstaff, owned by the Navajo Nation to use as our Flagstaff destination hub. The facility is top-notch, appearing to be in great shape and well-maintained, with a separate buffet and cafe restaurant along with a coffee shop. The rooms were rather nice and not overpriced. Our only complaint was the service in the cafe restaurant, as we ended up getting up and leaving after sitting for over 20 minutes with nobody ever speaking to us after being seated in the not very busy cafe with multiple waiters seeing us.
We highly recommend making Flagstaff a destination hub for your trip into Arizona. There are several points with attractions all along I-40 east of Flagstaff and north up Highway 89 as well. The location of the resort was excellent for covering all of the attractions we wanted to explore. As mentioned, the resort facilities were nice. It was a good choice for the Flagstaff travel destination hub.
We have videos for all these attractions on our Travel with D&E channel, so please check them out, as they have much more information, including the history of the attractions, where it's located, what to expect on the trail or site, and more. If you like this content, go ahead and check out the rest of the Arizona trip videos covering our Arizona Travel Hub locations, including Page, Cottonwood, Sonoma, Tucson, and Phoenix, and all the separate videos covering specific fun and or historical attractions. We hope you enjoyed this video on Flagstaff, Arizona and its surrounding attractions. Thanks for watching, and as always, we will see you in the next video.